Across the United States, behind crumbling walls and beneath fog-covered roads, lie places with a past that refuses to rest. From haunted hospitals to cursed hotels, these sites are soaked in history and shadowed by something darker. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, some places just feel wrong. Welcome to Urban Lore. These are the top 10 most haunted places in America. Here under 10. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once the most expensive prison in the world, Eastern State Penitentiary was built to reform inmates through complete isolation. Inside, prisoners lived alone, slept alone, ate alone, exercised alone. Some lost their minds. Others never left. Today, visitors report hearing footsteps in empty cell blocks, distant screams with no source, and shadow figures slipping around corners. Paranormal investigators call it a hotspot. Staff call it a nightmare. And even after decades of abandonment, something behind those iron bars is still watching. Number 9. The Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado. This grand old hotel, nestled in the Colorado Rockies, inspired one of the most terrifying novels of all time, The Shining by Stephen King. But long before fiction came fear. Guests at the Stanley Hotel have reported ghostly piano music echoing through empty ballrooms, apparitions of children playing in the hallways, and Room 217, where King himself stayed, remains one of the most haunted rooms in the country. Staff have seen suitcases unpack themselves, lights turning on with no one around, and voices whispering late at night. The Stanley is more than a tourist destination. It's a doorway to something else. Number 8. The Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Built in 1886 and perched high in the Ozark Mountains, the Crescent Hotel is called America's Most Haunted Hotel. And for good reason. In the 1930s, it was taken over by a man named Norman Baker, a fake doctor who promised cancer cures, but performed cruel experiments instead. The souls of his victims, they say, never checked out. Guests report being touched while sleeping, hearing footsteps from empty floors, and seeing a man in a white lab coat wandering the halls. One room, in particular Room 218, is said to be so active, even seasoned ghost hunters hesitate to spend the night. At the Crescent, the line between the living and the dead is paper-thin. Number 7. Clinton Road, West Milford, New Jersey. A lonely stretch of road in northern New Jersey, Clinton Road is only 10 miles long, but it may be the most terrifying drive in America. Stories tell of a ghost boy who throws coins back at those who drop them into the river. Phantom headlights that chase you, then vanish. And deeper into the woods, rumors of secret rituals, strange creatures, and mysterious disappearances. There are no lights, no cameras, and barely any cell signal. Just you, the road, and whatever's watching from the trees. Number 6. St. Louis Cemetery, Number 1, New Orleans, Louisiana. In the heart of New Orleans lies a graveyard like no other. The St. Louis Cemetery Number 1 is home to crumbling tombs, faded names, and the infamous voodoo queen, Marie Laveau. Locals leave offerings at her grave, hoping for luck or mercy. But some who visit say they feel a presence, a hand on their shoulder, a whisper in their ear, shadows darting between tombs. At night, the air hangs heavy with something more than humidity. It's a place where the dead aren't silent. They just speak in ways we don't understand. Number 5. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Louisville, Kentucky. Once a tuberculosis hospital during the early 1900s, Waverly Hills saw the death of over 60,000 patients. Some passed peacefully, others not so much. Nicknamed the Death Tunnel, a long underground chute was used to remove corpses discreetly so the living wouldn't lose hope. But hope left this place a long time ago. Visitors described children's laughter in empty rooms, shadow figures standing at the ends of hallways, and the ghost of a nurse who took her own life in room 502. It's not just haunted, it's soaked in sorrow. 4. The Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. Once a luxury ocean liner, the Queen Mary carried soldiers during Corpihu and thousands of passengers across the Atlantic. Today, she's permanently docked in Long Beach, and very much not alone. The ship is said to be haunted by dozens of spirits: a young girl who drowned in the pool, an engineer crushed by a door in the engine room, and soldiers who never made it home. Visitors have heard screaming from empty hallways, seen wet footprints appear out of nowhere, and caught apparitions in photos. They say the Queen Mary never finished her final voyage because her passengers never truly left. The 3. Villisca Axe Murder House, Villisca, Iowa. In 1912, something horrific happened inside this small white house in Villisca, Iowa. 8 people, including 6 children, were brutally murdered with an axe. No one was ever arrested. And the house? It remains frozen in that moment. Visitors report hearing children giggling, doors slamming on their own, and the feeling of being watched. Paranormal teams have captured chilling EVPs and strange light anomalies. Some say the killer's spirit is still inside. Others say it's the victims who never found peace. 2. Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Weston, West Virginia. Built in the 1800s, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum housed thousands of mentally ill patients, many of them neglected, abused, or forgotten. Electroshock therapy, isolation, overcrowded wards. The pain of those who suffered here seems to echo through the very walls. Visitors tell of shadowy figures darting across rooms, cold spots that grip your chest, and doors that slam behind you. Some have heard voices, not whispers, but screams. And in the darkness, the building still breathes with the anguish of those it failed. Year 1. The Myrtles Plantation, St. Francisville, Louisiana. Topping our list is the legendary Myrtles Plantation, a place soaked in beauty and blood. Built in 1796, this southern mansion is rumored to be home to over a dozen restless spirits. The most famous is Chloe, an enslaved woman who was allegedly hanged after poisoning the family she worked for. Her spirit is said to wander the grounds, wearing a green turban, and appearing in photographs. Guests have heard children laughing, seen mirrors fog up with handprints, and doors swing open by themselves. Every corner of the Myrtles holds a secret. And if you stay long enough, you might just hear it whisper your name. Let's conclude it. From forgotten prisons to cursed plantations, these haunted places remind us that history isn't always quiet. Some stories refuse to be buried, and some souls refuse to leave. So, would you visit any of these? Or, better yet, spend the night? Let us know in the comments. And if you crave more tales from the shadows, hit that subscribe button and step deeper into the darkness with urban lore. Until next time, sleep with one eye open.